Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. My name is Davion. I'm your host. And I'm here with Michael
Davion.
and Emmett.
What's going on, everyone?
Not much. Yeah, guys, welcome back to the pod. We are going to start off season 2 of the Let's Talk NBA series, where we go through and talk about every NBA team. Today, we are going to start with with the division in the NBA. We're going to start with, because divisions don't really matter in the NBA, is the Northwest, which is the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, um, Oklahoma City Thunder, Portland Trailblazers, and then the Utah Jazz. The team we're starting with today is the Denver Nuggets. So listen, coming off a NBA championship, the Denver Nuggets just won it last season. They have the should be three-time MVP on their team. One of the best head coaches in the NBA. Where do we expect the Denver Nuggets to go to next season?
I expect them to go back to the finals. I think they're running it back. I think they're getting back there. Simple as that.
I think ceiling is them getting back. We need to see what happens with Damian Lillard if he goes to the Heat, because that depends on if they're going to win or not. But I think their ceiling is definitely getting back, winning.
Yeah. So how do we feel about the West? We're saying that we feel like they can go back to the NBA Finals. How do we feel about the West? Do we think the West can be more competitive this season? I know LeBron's going to come back. I know that they're trying to bring back a lot of the nucleuses of what that team was. I know other teams are trying to stack. I know the Thunder, they're going to be young and hungry and motivated to really, make a noise and a name for themselves. You got the Dallas Mavericks. Like, you have all these guys who are trying to be competitive. Like, do you think it will be an easy road like they had this season? Granted, they were probably one of the most dominant teams in NBA history, just because of the way they played. But do you think it'll be as easy this season, next season for them?
Let's see.
Hmm. I don't even know if this past season was easy for them, but I'm gonna say that I do think the Lakers have been stacking up. Lakers look a lot better now than they did before. Um, Other than that, I don't see any other team being even a threat to them. I'm not even gonna say that Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant
What
on
about the
the.
Suns?
I'm not even saying that the Suns are even going to be a threat. They got scoring. They're very top heavy. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Nuggets expose kind of what the new trend is in the league of getting star heavy teams like superstars. Uh Doing that messes with your depth, and that's huge in the playoffs. It's hot, huge environment, and if you have three superstars and two of them aren't having a great game, you're losing. Like, it's simple as that. Like, if um, the Nuggets were just like you said, Michael, like all around, like one of the best teams in history, and they have one like superstar and then an all-star and then just some really really good guys that know their role in the team, and having it kind of goes back to maybe the 2015 Warriors winning the championship. Like,
Yeah.
they just team basketball is like that's kind of how you live and die by that. And so I think that might kind of discourage people to move towards that. I mean, the Suns clearly did it, but I don't know. The Suns didn't have a chance last year against them. Like, you could tell, like Booker and Katie had to have 43 each to win. And even then it was close. So, I think they'll have their work cut out for them, but their roster is good enough to compete with any team in the West.
I mean, you said it yourself, Emmett. Team basketball. That's what these guys are. I mean, it's incredible to see that they're what they actually have, and I think you have to give a big applause to the guys that stepped up last season. Aaron Gordon stepped up. They didn't even play Reggie Jackson as much as they probably could have, which I found very interesting. Michael Porter Jr. stepped up big time. Cardwell Pope stepped up big time. Christian what's that last name?
Brown.
Yes, stepped up big time. It's like all these guys, all these role players stepped up, shot the ball really well, played great defense, and didn't get ahead of themselves. They didn't get they didn't overcompensate. And it showed for some really good basketball. And if these guys can come back this next season and play great team basketball, they could be right back there. I mean, I see no way how Jokic doesn't. I don't see how he falls off the map. There's no way. I mean, he is one of the best and most talented players that the league have seen. I want to say right now, if he continues this for the next 3 to 5 years, I mean, we got to put him up in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
We got to put him up in the top 10.
Top 10 is tough.
I mean,
Top
he
10
wins.
is tough.
He wins MVP 1 or 2 more times. He gets to the finals 2 or 3 more times. I mean, he's going to be looking better than Charles Barkley.
It's possible, but he's got his work cut out for him.
For sure. They all do. I think they all do. They definitely do. I think Giannis the same exact way. I mean, Giannis, we can't put him in the top 10 because we haven't seen that longevity that some of these other guys have. But I'm excited. I mean, he's one of my favorite players to watch right now just because of his ability to play with the ball with his back to and against, I mean, the backboard. I mean, he plays incredibly. I mean, it's hard to average a triple-double consistently while you're also trying to win.
Yeah.
I mean, we see Russell Westbrook do it, but he's not trying to win. He's just trying to get some stats. But Jokic does it, and he does it effectively and efficiently every single season.
Yeah, last thing I'll say about like their team setup is like Michael Porter Jr. is, you know, could be a top 3 player on any team. But like there were stretches that in the fourth quarter where it was close where they took him out of the game, and it's because he's ISO. He likes to shoot, and in certain cases like that really helps your team. But the coaching like realized that in some cases like his shooting really like hurt possessions, kind of wasted away what they were trying to do, and they would take him out for like Caldwell Pope or Christian Brown even that kind of knew how to that would swing the ball a little bit more, make that extra pass, get other guys involved. And I think that shows something about the coaching and the team basketball. Like Bones Highland, they traded him, and I think he's also one of those guys that likes to dance, do 1v1, shoot. I mean, he's a fun player to watch, but it's hard to have players like that on a team when they're not sharing the ball. And even Jokic, like, I mean, they're not giving it to him every single time. Like, he is creating for others who then create for him. And obviously he's a superstar, so if you need to get bailed out, go to him. But like, that just didn't happen that much. Like, they just constantly were moving it around. And you don't have to have a 20 plus per game scorer on the floor to show how good of a team you are.
100%. And 100%. I think there's only 2 people on this team that can do what they want when they want. That's Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. Plain and simple. And it's good having 2 guys that are definitively like guys you can say, hey, we will never touch you or pull you when we need to. Like, you can shoot it into your code if you want. But I think it's good for the rest of the team to understand that their spot can always be ran. Your spot was never sacred on this team. And I mean, that creates that hunger and that drive. And I mean, there's, like you said, I mean, like there were stretches during the finals last season and the playoffs when you saw Michael Porter Jr. just go cold, and they take him out and replace with the next man up. And like, he played great basketball, but I think knowing that it's something that a lot of teams should start trying to implement into their organization, because I mean, right now everyone's just trying to get paid, and everyone's just trying to be the guy who shoots the ball 100 times, but no one's trying to do the hard work. And yeah, man, I'm loving it. I'm loving what the Nuggets are doing right now. They're definitely a franchise to watch out for over the next 5 to 10 years. If they can keep all these guys and keep them all healthy. I mean, and I think you're gonna see, like, when it comes to Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, like, you're gonna be like Golden State. Like, you can keep Steph, you can keep Clay and Draymond, and you just fill in the rest with anybody else. And yeah, I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to see really see what happens there. But I think they'll definitely be in contention again next season, and they'll probably achieve and overachieve. You know, yeah. And so, any final
One
thoughts
thing
on the? Huh?
I was about to say, one thing about the Nuggets though is that watching the whole series, the whole playoffs, Bruce Brown to me was one of the most underrated role players,
Yes,
and
That's on
he
fun.
left. So I don't know if that's going to really impact them as much going into next year. I think he left to the Pacers.
yes. They gave him 2 years, 51,
Something like that. They gave him the bag.
way too much money.
Yeah, but he was still a baller.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
And I think Christian Brown can probably step into that position and step into that role that Bruce Brown was playing, and I think he can play it really well. Um, but yeah, that is a big play that they did lose. Thank it's funny, he was literally like at the parade was like, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah, I remember
yeah.
That 2 year 52 mil popped up. You was like, I'm out. I gotta
that.
get
Well, I would too.
out of here. I gotta get my money. But uh Nuggets fans, let me know how y'all feel about this. We appreciate you guys for listening. But yeah, I'm excited to really see what the Nuggets can do again this upcoming season. But yeah, this has been this Emmett, Michael, thank y'all for joining. This has been the post game. Peace.
Peace.